Y'all, good morning. I'm fresh from the gynecologist and I have an autoimmune disorder. So let's talk about it. So, hey everyone, welcome. I'm Tracy. This is my channel, Tracy from the Mermaid Cove. Everyone is welcome here at the Cove. And my friend's like, you're not going to talk about this. I'm like, yeah, I am, because what? My deepest desire is and dream is that it's something I talk about, someone can relate to and go do something about, or understand themselves differently, and hopefully share it back with me and help me understand myself differently. But number one was the best pap smear of my life. I owe my friend Robin, this woman, just for a second here, y'all. I slept until 7. Woohoo! This woman's amazing. She's a nurse practitioner. I only want nurse practitioners. A psychiatric meds guy is a nurse practitioner. They're just the best. I don't know what it is, but they're the best. So her name is Nadine, and she was lovely and fun, and we had so much in common. She has a meningioma like I did, and then she had gastric bypass that I had to sleeve. So we just had a lot in common, and she made me feel so comfortable, and we were, I don't know. And I'm sure she's like that with everybody. What a gift. She is a gift. Let me tell you something, because this is not fun. It's awkward, but it shouldn't be a big deal, right? You shouldn't feel uncomfortable and not go for whatever reason you are. So anyway, she said that when like GPs or, family doctors, that kind of thing, when they do a pap smear, they just do the culture pap smear. They don't do all kinds of other stuff. And she looked, right? And apparently I have lichen, Lichen, L-I-C-H-E-N, and it's sclerosus or something. It's S-C-L-E-R-O-S-U-S. It took me forever to say meningioma and be able to spell it. But anyway, the thing, I have to go get a biopsy next week, and I already have my appointment set up. And so I got, I was a little freaked out yesterday. It was okay. I'm like, it's all, the whole point of going is to be preventative, right? To catch something. But she said, women, once estrogen is out of your body, is common. Not common, but you can get it. It's an autoimmune disorder. So, and my mom died of an undiagnosed, whatever her, again, we didn't have an autopsy because of my brother, but, so I don't know. And like right here, I get red and I have this like splotchy. My mom had that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she had this But anyway, so it can lead to squamous cell carcinoma. And so that's what, but she said there's a white patch. She didn't have a mirror. I'm okay with that. But the homework is supposed to look. So, and I told her, I said, I feel like I have my immune system's compromised somehow. And that is really what I'm trying to get to the bottom of, is what is going on. But so, yeah. And she wanted me to get a, by the way, assuming the biopsy is fine, which I'm sure it is, but, and you use topical corticosteroid ointment. But I already got my mammogram and my bone density test. She wants me to do that. Got that already scheduled for the end of the month, August. So and she gave me the name of an internist. She said he talks a lot and he can be running behind on schedule. So I'm going to call and see if I can get a first appointment with him. My friend said, oh my God, with you and him, he may not see anyone else that day. But she said he's got all the other qualities are there that I am looking for. And you know what? Just move forward. So I have to have my old pap smear sent to her. That's on my list today. I've kind of broken up in chunk size, right? So bite sizes. So I can do this. But yeah, had I not broken up with my doctor, I don't know what else, just party ways with my doctor. And I with my doctor, I kind of felt like I needed a gynecologist. And she's, I don't know, it's not that she talked me out of it, but She's like, you know, there's really nothing going on with you. Well, see, she didn't know, did she? Because it's not like I just got this. It's probably been for a while. So I'm curious to see, once it's treated, will it help my immune system? But I'm going forward. So next I'm going to use, I have a little sinus infection. So I'm using my spray. I'm going to go ahead and get on my ENT schedule. And then also my TMJ is back. And so that's another thing. If I don't think I have to go as long as I went before, but I do think I want to go and get started again with the exercises and because it's like a toothache. And this tooth I lost, you can see how grind down it is. So that's something I have to actually really work on. And they have this thing you can borrow or buy, but if your posture slumps, it makes a noise. Imagine if we all wore that, it would be beeping crazy town. But so yeah, so number one, I'm blessed to have good insurance. I truly am. And I'm taking advantage of it, you know. It's so funny now that I'm tapering down from this major project, which I'm not calling done, y'all, but I'm calling super close. I have a bunch of stuff I want to accomplish Saturday, and then Sunday's fun. I haven't had a day of doing nothing since I can't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, in my room, I do a little bit every day. Like I probably won't today. When I come home tonight, I would like to make a casserole because I need to use my hamburger. But I'm just going now. Right now, my dresser is my main, one spot at a time, and I'm doing my dresser. So I am down to, I have 2 more drawers and then this side. And again, I'm being ruthless. So that's nice. And I got a bunch of stuff ready for the food bank. I got them coming Tuesday. And then my goal is 15 boxes of various sizes. So I will get up tomorrow, Saturday, and early and hit the garage. I feel so bad, The cleaning crew's having a hard time, the lady, getting someone to come help her get the mattress. And I don't know anyone offhand, but and realistically, if I had to pay someone to come take the stuff, right? So I don't know. I have to see how it goes. I need to check into that. Kenny may know somebody who would do it really reasonably. So I'm going to think about that and check into that. And then, because I've been there before when I need something like that and I couldn't find it, and you were going to lose something that would make your life better. So, but Saturday, y'all, the garage. We're in our second phase. And this phase is where I take down carefully one more of the shelving, which means actually I only have to take down 4 cinder blocks, right? So still, and so there's stuff on it, stuff for people, all this. I got to organize all that, and then I got to organize my car today, get all those lined up in my back seat so I know who's for what, drop stuff off, do all that. And then so that, and then I'm going to label everything that's in there right now so I know exactly what it is. And then I'm going to pull out all the empties, you guys. I'm going to take you with me. We'll talk about my problem. And then in the backyard, I have these 3 big things. So they just need to be wiped down. I don't have to be perfectly, but I really should turn on my hose and clean my furniture and all that. So if I can remember hose, that would be good. And then here's my order. I feel like I need to make another copy. I'm thinking about that today. Or maybe even put it in my car glove compartment. Because it's not till the 30th. And I also made 2 acupuncture appointments on my Mondays off. So Mondays now, because the weekend is hard and I'm more tired than I think, and because Beverly absolutely nags me in the best way possible about having more time for myself to recuperate on Mondays. So I work this Monday, but then the next two, every other, I have acupuncture. I want to get back in that. Even if I go once a month, it's such a good thing. And I'm creating the habit. This will make my girl Mary happy. I am creating the habit. I did buy a new thing. It was from TJ Maxx. It's $10, so much cheaper than the other one. Is that fun and cheerful? But it has like this thing. And right here I'm writing all my appointments. And then, so I like to have kind of the top down, but this goes this way, right? And that's fine. That's enough. So, yeah. So I'm working on this, and what I'm doing with it, see it's here, is I'm looking at it at work at least once, and I take it out in the morning, and I'm going to get in the habit. I don't think I necessarily need to look at night, but it might not be bad to sit here for a second and kind of suss out like things. And I have to remember this. There's part of me that rebels a little bit, but it's like I'm choosing to do this to make my life better, right? Not just because someone's telling me I have to get and clean the bathroom. I don't want to, kind of thing, right? I mean, there's a big part of me on that. But so next week, because I can cope with so much. And I'm okay with that. I'm really losing the idea of like, why aren't you doing everything you said you do? Nonsense. But next week, I am going to at least make 1 or 2 appointments with people for EMDR and just get the vibe and get the feel. Move forward with that. Be lovely. It would kind of be nice if on Mondays I could go do acupuncture and then maybe in the afternoon do the EMDR. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. So Saturday, my room, I'm just going to keep doing it. It's really, you would look at it, other than I have piles here to deal with, and think, yeah, this looks pretty good. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the drawers Saturday, and then I'm going to do my jewelry, and then I'm going to come back to the side. And then next to it, I have a thing full of seasonal and stuff like that. I want to pull that out, and I want to get the shirts that I want to do the scarves with. Get that kind of separated. And then I need to find one of my scarves. Well, actually, all my scarves and all that are upstairs because I have too many. I could barely, I think my shoes are in there though too. The shoes, scarves, hats, gloves, I could barely get this thing upstairs. So I need to pare that down. I have 1 pair of hands, I have 1 head, as far as I know, and 1 set of feet, 1 neck. So I'm gonna narrow it down. Not as like, oh, you can only have 2. No, I like choice, and I have things. But I think maybe I even might go like put the gloves in the pockets of the coat and the scarf and the hat with the coat hanging up. That, and that would make sense. That's what I'll keep. What matches? Yeah. Write this down. Scarf project. And then I'm going to just keep, I've been doing a really good job of just keeping on things. And I was so proud of myself. I had 5 minutes yesterday, and I remember you the dishwasher, and I rinsed everything real quick, put them in the dishwasher, my sink looked good. So that's one of my new habits. Yeah. So that is really starting to, I'm really, regardless, let's say I got a windfall and like you don't need a roommate. But I do think in some ways I think it's going to be really good for me, actually. These are just habits I want to, especially, like I said, a lot of this is so, I have less around, and it's easier if I do have an ADHD sort of thing where medicine's not working correctly and it's winter, y'all, that's tough. But here's the book I grabbed, Taking Charge of ADHD, The Complete Authoritative Guide for Parents. I think I need to read it to help my younger self. But you know what? It's just kind of interesting to see, and I'm not reading these word for word. I'm just kind of, I've done a lot of research, right? And so I think the most important thing for me right now is following through, writing stuff down, So it's like 8 steps to better behavior, taking charge at home, the art of problem solving, that kind of thing. So I'm going to look at that this weekend. Yeah, Sunday, I'm going to look at books. I might start one of my mysteries I've had. So usually I don't get books that are super popular. Occasionally I do, but I do manage to read those quickly if people are waiting for them. But a lot of the books I get are not. There's many copies sitting on the shelf. So yesterday at work I started a project. So I do a lot of work on our floor, more than people will understand or realize or appreciate me for. It's the truth. Constantly straightening. I'm constantly filling up. So we have these displays and there's places you put books in. So when there's an empty spot, you can grab a book. I have doing 3 right now. You know, checking on the children's section, just zhuzhing it, making it look good. So that takes time. But I decided, I did it once yesterday and that was it. I usually do 3 to 4 times. Lately, people are just gobbling up displays, which is so much fun. And I'm trying to find random books. And so a book will be weeded for condition. But also if it's not circling, right? So I almost have a savant feel. Like I can go and pull books and think, now these haven't circled. And I would say out of 10 books, I'm right on 8 at least. But so I've been pulling stuff like that. So then for me, my philosophy is, and I had a lot of training through Crown Books on merchandising, displays, that kind of thing when I managed my bookstore. But it's the same people looking at the displays. Barnes and Noble, different people are coming in. It's not as important. But for us, it's the same people really mostly that are getting, so I don't want a tired display. Let's say a good book person, not good in the, but a very, I don't know what the word is. See, I hate good and bad anymore. But anyway, a person who comes a lot and looks a lot. And a lot of people just grab from displays and that kind of thing. So let's say they're there twice a week. I usually give a book a week, right? If it's not moving or, then I take it and what I do is I scanned it. We call them mark item used. And then I check to see the circ history, right? One poor book was from 2020. Now, granted, we were closed in 2020. Or was it 2021? Anyway, so you factor that in. But we've been open over a year and a half now. So, it should have earned its keep by now. This thing has not circled at all. And I put it out. I try to save it. So you delete it. It's a process. And then you put it in, we have tubs and it goes to our friend's bookstore. And they sell the books and then that makes money. And then we get money for programming, usually for children's programmings or, stuff like that. Actually, I'm trying to get them to buy more of these easel things because I would like every book that we could have out because it makes all the difference. So at Crown or at bookstores that have remainders, do you know that section is more profitable than any new book will ever be because they get it at such rock bottom prices. So that is something I really got trained on, and you change it up all the time, like almost every other day, because people love them. And I would always want to say, go to the library and get this book anyway. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that, which means I'm neglecting my desk, right? So I am on a mission now. And because I've been kind of whipped out, it's interesting how on some things, like I am laser focused and other things, so my desk, I get books for at least 12 people, like 8 officially. And then I have customers I get books for. I have an older lady, and I think I've talked about her before. I love her. She's one I saved her life, literally. So she and I have a special bond, and she looks at me with such love. Really, she does. And, so she had finished a series, this Ellis Peters she's kind of grumpy a little bit. I like grumpy older women and men. Don't ask me. I grew up with one. And she was so mad. I said, the woman died, okay? So I've been on a mission, and I do my best to find the first in the series, right, if I can. So she likes mysteries. She's pretty open to trying. So I made a list because I like a list. I like a little research. And I have been giving her first of different authors, many authors. So we have 2, and now we have a fourth, really. So we have a third, and it's this, her name is Karen Fossum. She's a Norwegian, thriller crime writer. She loved them. She's Norwegian. explains a lot about stubborn and a little cranky, but anyway. So I'm working, and the funniest thing is, so she's returning these 4 books, and so she points to this one, and it's called The Wanderer, and I can't remember. She said, more of these. You know what? It's a French writer, and that is the only book that they have brought to America and translated. She has a lot of books like for children on Jewish history, like a little book on this person, that person, but she did not write any other fiction. It's 2019. So that's the sad news. But she loved this book, so I'm gonna start giving it to other people. That's how I get books for people. She's like, I couldn't put it down. Okay, but of course then someone else would be like, sorry. But so anyway, so I have books, all kinds of books for that. And then the ones she does like, I'm getting sent in order. And then, one of my favorite people, she doesn't get to come as much. She's got Alzheimer's, dementia. And so her daughter brings, and what I do is her daughter's like, I'm pretty sure she can't really read and concentrate. I said, I don't care. I want her to get a bag of books and sit and look at them. Doesn't matter. Until she can't, we're going to do this. And she's very particular, but she does like, memoirs about people who've suffered and overcome, but she also likes political stuff and stuff like that. So anyway, I have her books, and of course my girl Beverly's books, and I have people I send to books at home. And I have to make a phone call today. I don't have to, but I want to. One of my women, I think they sent back the last books, her daughter, number 2, she said, but I'm gonna call and see, can I do CDs, I've been putting it off because it makes me sad. She's one of my favorite people to get books for, because she's so open and, wrote really good comments. And, one of my ladies just does large type. One just does audio. One I'm going to call and check on. She's 99 and a half. And she likes certain authors. And she loves Daniel Steele. She loves this Laura Childs and Joanna Fluke. So I've been, I'm not reinventing the wheel, or I do like, if I like somebody, there's AJ Finn, Something in the Window, people have loved that book, so like I sneak in one of those or something. But anyway, so it's so much fun. And there's books for me, and so it's and then I'm obsessed with children's books, so I grab children's books, and then at lunch I've been either having lunch with people or trying to do stuff otherwise. So yesterday I took my lunch and I read a bunch of the children's books. There's one on toilets that is fascinating. I gave it to my supervisor. We're so lucky. She loves the stuff I love. Not everyone loves children's books. Sad, but true. Anyway, I got to bring that and do a book talk. It was fascinating because Beverly won't discuss it with me. She's too good. Apparently, upsets her. I gave her one little fact, and I don't remember the time, but that, it's all about, stuff in water and that. And one, I feel like they were Vikings, but I'm not sure. Worms used to come out of their eyes and mouth and nose and ears. Now, I always said I would love to time travel in theory, like in a world of make-believe, but I could not smell. I would not have to go to the bathroom. I do not have to eat or drink. I just want the experience, right? Pop in, get myself a little lunch, and pop back to the 1800s when, people did not bathe. But it starts with the cavemen and ended up like at the space station in the future. But anyway, it's a fun book. So I did that. So I got everything really organized. And like I said, I don't get a lot of books that are on hold, but I do check that. There are a couple that there aren't that many copies, so I let them go, put them back on hold, and I'll give it to my person next time because they're not ready for books yet. So, and then, I borrow books from other library systems. It's an awesome thing. You should check with your library. So if we don't have it, it will borrow from different counties that, are part of it. So some of those I need to let go and that I spend time with, but, and I would love to go back and spend more time, but there's just too many choices. And I put all my holds coming in. You can suspend your hold, y'all. So you keep moving up on the list, but it's just not going to trap for you until you're ready. That's an amazing service. I love it. So I thought, let's just put everything on hold because I have enough for everybody and I have enough for me to get through. And then now there's some I'm really waiting for, and I can't think of one title to tell you that I didn't do it with, but most of them I did it. And then I have papers, I just have stuff. So my goal yesterday was to get it kind of organized, and I did that and let a lot go. So today is paperwork and on the top of my desk. So, And I'm working on, so when I'm making notes or printing out books in order, I'm trying to have one notebook it goes into. And I used to be really good about this, but but I have the notebooks, I have everything. So I'm going to work on that. And then, there's not that many people that I'm researching for right now. So, and I do have one of my people at home that she's younger and she's issues and, and she's on a journey and, a lot of, negative stuff in her life. So I've been really looking and thinking and, really curating. There's things she wants, which is great. And then curating, choices for her. And I remember one time, she kept asking for books out for independent publishers or really small, we're not going to get. And chances are, if a library system has it, they're not going to loan it. Because, maybe this publisher's in that area, right? So they bought one copy kind of thing. So I said to her, do you mind if I send you some of my choices? And she was like, well, if you think you can do it. Yeah, what? Well, you don't know me. You don't know what's happening. And finally, she said, you're really good at choosing books. Thank you. I felt like saying the word is savant. Okay. Anyway, so that's what's going on at work. But today, one of my people is coming that retired and she got a new car. So we're going to have some lunch and hang out, which is awesome. But I can, gather all the paperwork and even when we're a little bit slow, go through it. And then my next thing are my upper shelves. And I got awesome stuff, but I want it to be less. And then under my desk, right? And I do have one, box of things I've saved, so I need to go through that. And I just have a lot of empty bags and stuff like that, that I need, that I give people books in. So I just need to organize that. It's really not that bad. And there may be some things I was thinking about taking home, and I need to reevaluate that. But I do have a couple things I do want to bring home, and I got the shelf space. So that's what's going on in the world of books and me and health. And so yeah, I hope you the ADHD episodes I had really disrailed me. And then I think I was just disrailed and didn't know how on earth to get back to the tracks. And I'm on the tracks now. And, I still am so blessed and thankful that I could do this Herculean decluttering. People would come in here, and that's fine, and be like, okay, no, but anyone who knows me or understands, this is nothing short of a miracle. And I look around, and one of the Saturdays is going to be mostly in the kitchen. I'm going to finish the kitchen. So I'm cleaning baseboards. I get my magic eraser, do the walls, dust all the things, and the window seals and stuff. At some point way down the line, I'd like to have my windows clean, but and I need like a couple screens, that kind of thing. So those are down the line. But I have a list now. I have a master list. So, and then the landing, the foyer coming in, that whole wall is pretty scuffed up, of course, because it's a thinner staircase and I'm hard on walls. That's the truth. And best thing ever happened to my mom was a magic eraser. And the landing there, and I have all these capital pictures, and I've removed some. There's one that eventually I'm going to take down, and there's a place, it's not like an hour from here, Frederick, and they have antique stuff, but I might go and bring a picture and talk to people and see if we bought it there and see if I can consign it, and see if there's any value to it or not. Because I don't think, let's say I moved to New Zealand, it probably wouldn't come. I don't think, y'all, and I use New Zealand. When I started this thing, is let's say you were downsizing. Well, I want to downsize, go to old people's, or that kind of thing. I don't want that that's not going to be, it's not my goal. So, like, what if I downsized and was living in a little piazza in Italy or some kind of cool beach place in New Zealand? New Zealand is still on top of my list. It's run by women. Not easy to get to, y'all. I don't know about natural disasters. I don't really hear stuff like that. But anyway. What would I take, right? And I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way. So that would not make it. And there's a lot of capital pictures, and I took it was a beautiful display. Like I had my dad's flag and these cool, really interesting little stuffed animals that were old-fashioned, with old-fashioned fabric that were sort of Americana. in a vintage way. And then my mom's plaque for Tour Guide of the Year, stuff like that. So, you know, my brother has my dad's flag for Zachy, and he has a flag for Carrie. And then, you know, put the plaque in my mom's trunk and with the animals. So really, I love these things. So I just thought that's kind of cool for the future generations or my nephew to sort out. And so I'm also in the process of working on my will. Through my union, I can get a really good discount for a lawyer. So I'm going to start with a will, and I got to do my medical thing. So these are things I need to do. I'm going to get my passport just in case somebody says, hey, let's go, you know, let's go to Paris. No, I don't want to go to Paris. Let's go to Toronto, or let's go to Vancouver Island, and I'll be ready to go, y'all. So that's on my list too. Been on my list for 20 years. How can you know, maybe the universe can't give me anything or surprise me if I don't have a passport. And then I was thinking, I would love to go to Norway. I would. So I thought, yeah. Anyway, a train of thought. Picture those. So, and some are, but right now, if I take everything down, it's going to look terrible, right? So, for now, they're fine. But I'm just kind of, other than that, I don't think that, well, there's one really, I actually wouldn't mind keeping this one. And there's a picture of me with my ninth grade on the steps of the Capitol, which is every ninth grader on the planet does. But I think what I will do is take that photo out and either decide to use a frame for something else or not. And then we have one, an antique one. And I think I love that one. Actually, I'm going to keep that. And yeah, so that little area I want to do. And then I'm for now going to declare the first floor, it's not the first floor, it's the main floor, right? The second floor technically done, other than maintenance. But I'm putting everything through the dishwasher and cleaning it. It's so nice. But I was like, putting all this silverware away, it's too much. I think I might talk about this, whether I post it, I don't know. And I want to catch up on old posts too, but I can never, so I just limited it, right? And now it's so nice to go in and out of, and I'm going to probably be doing the dishes every day, every other day. So it's not like we're going to run out of forks, but they're going to be in a drawer, all the extra things in a drawer in the dining room. And I want to go through that again too. So they're right there. Anything that's going on my nerves like that, I just don't want to fight for things that I use all the time. So and I need my desk at work to be visually less cluttery and like more space to sit and just kind of be for a minute. So that's what's going on. And yeah, it's a lot, but the medical stuff now is definitely my my priority. And I have a list. I'm like, okay, I was getting a little upset yesterday. I'm like, you know what? It's one thing at a time. You know, had you not gone to her and maybe having this treated, maybe that's part of my energy drain, right? And I do in fear of having autoimmune, something happening like my mother. But the difference is I'm going to the doctors and having everything checked out. My mother didn't, unless I really physically forced her. And I'm not, my brother hadn't been to the dentist in years. And I don't even know what to say to that. He's a really good insurance. So you can go to Spain and have teeth problems? You better get your teeth worked on now. But again, I have 3 teeth to fix. He doesn't. But he never had glasses, and he has blonde hair, and he never needed braces. So that's what that is. But yeah, and then like I'm in it for my ENT. So listen to this. So I got to treat my sinuses because that's not helpful. But if I don't, he's going to tell me to use nose spray and want to give me antibiotics and steroids. I'm not doing that part. So I need to do the spray. And then, so I need to work on my sinuses. And he had mentioned something about there's an operation to go in. It's a procedure. It's not even an operation. So I might look into that and have that done. And then my TMJ. And then also, I assume they have a hearing place. I don't know. Get my hearing checked and get a thing for a hearing aid. And now, before I didn't want to know anything, but now I want to know the facts, right? So, you know, this is this, and then check into what would that cost, right? So then I can have something in my mind. And I also need to call my insurance and find out like how much they cover. Might not be so bad for one, and maybe one's enough. This side is definitely worse than this side. And then my teeth, like I said, I'm getting a tooth pulled a week from today, actually. And then I need them to come up with a plan for me. But what I might do is, which I've never done before, because actually someone told me, shop around a little bit. And because I think they're going to be pretty top dollar. But there's convenience with it too. So honestly, I was going to see if there's dental school around here and get practice on. I bet my friend Michelle would know that. And my friend's like, well, they don't know what they're doing. I said, yeah, but they have people with them that know what they're doing. And they have top, you know. So I might check into it. If it's not feasible, it's not feasible. And I may make too much money, which, you know. But yeah. So that's kind of, you know. And then gastro and colonoscopy, endoscopy. But, you know, once I get all that done, then, you know, assuming everything's going well, then, you know, I don't want to go through all my meds. And I do get GERD from my stomach surgery. And what's hard is, so Adderall wants to be in an acidic environment. So I can't take my, I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, my acid reflux medicine for 4 hours. And sometimes I forget to set my alarm. And that's not good. So I don't really remember until my body tells me, like hours later, this is a problem. And then it's hard to get under control. So that I am really going to work on doing. And then I take something at night. But what I would like to do is I go through all this at the end, is really have a good internist, is really sit down and talk about it and see how can I manage it? Like, will food help me not have to have the nighttime one? I don't know. But the thing is, because the stomach's so small, and you know what they have to look out for, who people, I should ask Nadine when I see her again about that. But I'll get an endoscopy and see how it's going. Because, you know, you have to weigh. And then I really want to look at all my drugs. She told me not to call them drugs. They're medications. They're a prescribed medication. She's funny. And look at it, and really, as I'm getting healthier, because that's the goal, working out more, building muscle, really moving into a phase of very healthy eating. You know, what can I let go of? What maybe I don't need anymore? I don't feel there's a lot. Like, my blood pressure medicine is small, but I think that would be one for sure. My allergy medicine, I don't know if I'm eating cleaner, and even sinuses, I'm going to really work on no dairy, which will be challenging for me. I don't have milk products that much because they don't agree with me, but I'm just curious, if I could go without my cheese 3 or 4 weeks, would it make a difference on my sinuses? It has to, right? I want my smell back. So that's my goal, is get my smell back. And then, yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. But you know what? Like I said, I am going to try to get my pap smears, paperwork sent, and then we'll start again next week. That's it. That's the one thing to accomplish today, and not overwhelm myself, but keep myself on track. But that's what's been going on here. Hi, little Clara. Yeah, hi, baby. Claire's getting drops in her nose for her allergies, right? Just like Mama's nose is stuffed up. She's pretty good about it. I usually let her eat, and then when I give her a little something else, then I take it, and I have to lean her head, and because she's involved in the food stuff, she's not as, irritable. And then put him up there and see how that's going to help her. But unless something goes on, and they really shave the heck out of her behind area, but that way it's easier for her to take care of, because we're not doing UTIs, are we, Claire? And I'm still working on. I have misplaced my black light thing, my flashlight. So I'm just like, okay, well, it's here, because I really concentrate on a spot, and I will be doing this forever because I am determined to, work on that. And I told you, I'll tell you again. So all the research I did, if it's really working and not working, is it needs to remain wet, so the enzymes can do their thing. It's not going to happen in 15 minutes. So it needs to be like, if you can do 24 hours. So what I do is I have this plastic thing that was under my humidifier. And so what I do is I put that on, and I put books on it, right? So it's keeping it sort of. And then I will go in like 12 hours or around there and do some more, scrub some more, and put that down. So when my cleaning lady came in, Sophia, I said, you smell cat pee? I mean, it drives me nuts. I can't smell. And she's like, I really don't smell it. And I'm like, are you sure? Because, and I will when I have lunch with my new roommate. On Sunday, we're going to have lunch. And, I'm going to talk to her about that, if she smells something, let me know, really, because it drives me wild. But yeah, so I want us to, we don't know each other. We've really been together 3 hours, and I just want to show her like the thermostat, and I want to measure her car so I can do my little outline with blue tape in the garage. I'm very excited, y'all. Who am I? Who am I that I'm excited that I want to get enough crap out of my garage so 2 cars can park? I mean, this was never even in the, we had 2 cars. I had my old car my mom drove, Hannibal, the Hummobile, but she just parked right out front. But who am I, right? It's just what's going on. I love it. And I think what's fascinating, you guys, and as you start the process yourself, those who are inspired to do it, or a lot of you, I mean, we all have stuff, right? I mean, look at the amount of storage units. Crazy. And my roommate has a storage unit. So, depending on how empty I get the garage, I would invite her, as you let things go, if it's not overwhelming. I know she probably has furniture and stuff, which, maybe if she didn't want to park in the garage, she could put that there. I don't know. I'll offer that to her, but it's amazing. And it just hasn't, and there's stuff I want to keep, trust me, but it's inspired me so much. I am just shocked. And here is what, when you read these books, and when you start something and it seems like 1,000 miles, right? Or 100 million miles, whatever it is, you start walking towards that first mile, which y'all is hard. But somehow you get going, and then maybe a truck comes by and says, hey, I can take you up 50 miles. Something happens that propels you forward that you could not have predicted or understood at the beginning. Isn't that the way life is? I mean, here's an example though. Yesterday when I was calling to make my appointment for my bone density and mammogram, the thing said, calls are going much later or longer. They all do that now. Anyway, I just put on speaker and wait. They had the god-awful music. But anyway, so a woman comes on and we're talking, and she wanted my email, and I told her, she goes, The Mermaid Cove. I said, yeah, it's my YouTube channel, and I've always been a mermaid, and she loved that so much. So we started talking about her 3-year-old granddaughter and how her daughter-in-law is like, don't teach her things that aren't true. And we were talking about magic and having it in your heart and finding joy and keeping childlike things, and how sad it is that somehow a lot of people get divorced from that. And but we had this like 10-minute conversation. It was we talked about the Dollar Tree and the cool things you can find, and she also has grandsons, and I thought, yeah, those calls are running late. We just had a nice little, to me they're like gifts from God. Like this like little, I don't know, it's just like little pieces of magic and gold that I think happen to people all the time, and people just don't notice it, right? I mean, even like my friend Marilyn bringing me, things saying get a roommate, stuff like that. And I think if you don't pay attention and appreciate it, and I'm very grateful, and I constantly in gratitude as much as I can be. Knowing there's tough times coming. Winter's hard for me regardless. And the medicine's tricky. I think I don't think it's my imagination, but I think some days it's better than other days within the same bottle. But I accept this right now. I'm not going to rage against the machine and freak myself out. I was just like, okay, you're putting things in order to cope with this, right? You don't have control over the quality, but your surroundings, what you do. So maybe those days I'm much more gentle with myself, and I don't do a project, start anything new that requires, And it's so funny because in my room, like I have jewelry going and my dresser. And a lot of the books, they do one thing at a time, but I don't think I'm capable. But I am capable of having 2 things instead of 5. And really, both of these things have been madly decluttered. So I'm really coming down to letting just some more go. So it's not as hard as when like you start. Like right now, and you've seen it in my garage, it'll look really neat, and then it's not because you have to pull stuff out, right? So that's kind of, but in my garage, you know, right now, because all that stuff's there, but I'm going to ask Sophia, maybe they can just come get like the sheets and what will fit in a car. Maybe the chair won't, but I think the nightstand would. We'll see. And maybe just the the chair and that thing. I don't know. I'll ask if that at least can be done. And then in theory, you know, I could maybe we could put the mattress somewhere. It's out of my way till they get it. That might be something. I'll have to talk to Sophia about that. But, you know, so it's been interesting. So tomorrow I'm going to show you, well, let me show you right now. Here's back of the food. So I have ordered things that I feel are necessary, but now I'm done. For anything I need in the next month in August, I'm just going to wait. Unless it feels like an emergency or is emergency. But so there's a couple things I got for the house. So one of this is shelf liner. This is for the freezer, because what a mess. This number one, I'm trying to eat down that freezer. Oh man, is this wide enough? Anyway, yeah, it's got these little things, so it's easier to clean. What a mess that is. That's something I got to work on tomorrow, even if I just do it section by section and get it, all the debris and it just clean. Like, I'm gonna have to get Q-tips. So I got that for that, and it was reasonably priced. But I have realized TJ Maxx might have better prices. So I probably, now that I can go in and out and things don't hop in my cart, I can, you know. So we got my oven cleaned really well. But what I did is I had a sheet at the bottom and it was gone. So this is, you know, for that. And it's longer, so I can, I'll probably be two things here. I love that, you guys. And I'm going to keep up with the oven. And then we got our cat food. But I have 3 right now, so I was getting 2, but I'm getting 1 at a time. Because the time there, it was, sometimes you couldn't get it. And then I am so tired of things falling down in my garbage disposal, like spoons that get caught. And there has been a fly, you guys. I can't believe this thing's not dead. My brush went down, I just couldn't get it out. So I got this. Now they did have them at, I almost got one. It was on sale for $2, but when I looked at it, because I went and looked at the other one, I feel like it wasn't like deep enough. And I will return things there, but I don't want to return things there. So this is OXO, and I've never seen anything like this at the Dollar Tree. And I'm trying to get, not the best quality, but, you know, something that I'm not going to have to replace. I want to say this was $7.98. You see, like right now, I got to leave time to straighten up. Well, I don't today, but I will. Yeah, just something very simple. Okay, so my roommate's going to bring stuff over tonight, so that's good. So I'm getting my table cleared, y'all. It's been so good for me, honestly, to look through different eyes and declutter more. And, like, you know, truly, Beverly's like, this is I'm witnessing a miracle. You guys, I did go to Trader Joe's. I wanted some plants. I wanted to honor my mom and Mimi. So Mimi, I usually get orange. My mom, I get sunflowers. But y'all, I got these things. Look at those cool little thingies. It's like flowers from outer space. I don't know. Anyway, once I was getting some, and I don't know what I said to the woman checking me out, and I said, yeah, I'm not very good at flower arranging. She's like, who told you that? The way you do it is exactly the right way. And, you know, really funny. I'm pretty sure it was Beverly, by the way. So she's like a master thingy. Anyway, I don't know what's happening here, but anyway, the roommate might go, what the hell is happening? Anyway. Okay, so I had that. And then I got some Feel Away stuff. So it's expensive. I can't keep up. I just want things to go as well with these cats. So I can't afford, I'm going to not pay all the time for it. But for now, I definitely want one on each floor. She'll probably put one in her room. But I got 3 extra just for, you know, and I'm not even going to plug them in until that cat comes here. So I got those because that's important to me that it goes well. And then so under my sink, for some reason, you know, I don't know, I've had accidents and water's in there, but it's just kind of the floors, I don't know, I don't like it. So I got this, and I did not see anything at TJ Maxx. Walmart might have. But anyway, so I just got that to put underneath it. And then I think that's it, y'all. For now, I am, pretty much done. Like I said, I'll make a list of things. And then, I don't know, Beverly's so funny. She's like, really? I said, well, and I know, it's like in my head. It's like back in the day, my mom would say, we would spend $60 on your school supplies. And we're talking, people are probably spending 20. But it's like, if I didn't have exactly what I thought I needed, then it was just absolute chaos. And, whatever psychological issues are still there. But, I had other stuff in my mind, but I'm like, this is where we stop, right? This is it. I did order one more over the door hanger. So in my pantry to the right was food stuff, and that's going to be for the roommate. And to the left is like tapes and weird stuff. And I was looking at the bottom and it's kind of dirty. And I think battery, I don't know what's happened. Some of the batteries leak. I'm not sure that's the best place for them, right? The thing I'm going to get, I have many containers and containerize them and maybe put stuff in it that keeps the moisture out. I don't know. Anyway, I have ordered one of those. So if I have time Saturday, I'm going to just take it down. I'm going to scrub the door, and then I'm going to go through and sort real quick what I think I want, what I know I don't want, or what should go somewhere else. So it won't be so packed. But it's I love these and now I know having ADHD, the visualness of it is so important to me. And now I literally have them almost behind every closet. And I know now because it works for me. It really does make a difference. So my library door, I have a different one. It's the kind you slide like this, but I have anything to do with electronics there. Any kind of gizmo I don't know what it's for. Instructions are there. Anything like for my microphone is there. Everything stays there. And then I know this is where I look. And I just intuitively have done that. Behind my bathroom door is my blow dryer and this and my hair stuff and, just my brush is there and cleaning is there. So I see it, right? And then I have one by my one closet that I had put shoes in. I've gotten rid of so many shoes, y'all. But I have my little stuffed animals and I'll introduce you to them. Make me happy when I see them. So I can keep my animals and they're all together and yeah. And nobody really sees it. So cute. These are cute ones, y'all. I couldn't let them go. But in the laundry area to the left and right is like hardware and stuff like that. And the other one I do want to declutter because I want to have space to put things. So maybe I'll do that Saturday. I don't think I need a new thing. I think it's fine. So, yeah. That's how my brain's working. But that's what I got. So I am now choosing... I am going to Nordstrom's to get fitted for a bra, and I may buy one bra, but I have this Bare Necessities, and I am going to use that, and I've earmarked I can go up to $25 over the 100 with shipping and this and that, but those are it. So at Trader Joe's, I did get some stuff I want to go over with y'all. I love my flowers. I used to do it a lot more, and it's something I might start incorporating. It just makes me happy, and it's going to be in the middle of my table because I don't want all this other stuff, But I'm going to go, y'all, because I got stuff to do before I leave to make my kitchen look lovely when she walks in. And my goal is for her to feel at home. I think that we're so matched well for each other. And I think it was a little too early for her, but I think she knew that this was really a good match. I mean, how many places you have a roommate and I'm gone every other weekend? I'm not home until almost 9 o'clock, 3 nights a week, right? I mean, that's a big deal. And like I said... I'm going to learn a lot about myself, which I'm going to share with y'all. And I do have a tendency to want to mother or take care of because that's what I do with my mom. But I'm working on it and putting that energy towards myself. That's right. When I'm going to help, I'll focus on myself. So that is an amazing thing. All right, guys. Love you so much. I'm going to do my best to post this. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to take some breaks and do some editing and I went through my phone and cleared a lot, so my part should not get stuck, and then YouTube will it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. But keep on keeping on, y'all, and I'll talk to you soon.